It's over a year old. Representations that the complainant has been contacting prosecutors. Has this defendant had any contact with the complainant? Are you aware of anything like that?
I'm not aware of anything like that. Just that the complaint witness says that he's seen them in the area.
The complainant.
That is not in the notes that happened. Just that he's seen them in the area.
You've indicated he doesn't have any other priors or pending cases. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Defense counsel, go ahead, sir.
Your Honor, so just because I'm an officer of the court, that's not true. He currently, and I hope this is not used against him. My honesty to the court is what's most important. I am dealing with a CCW case out of Macomb County that we've been dealing with, and so he does have a CCW case. But I will tell the court this is a year-old, as the court indicated. I think it's excessive at $25,000. Quite frankly, there has been no communication. I've been his attorney dealing with him for the past 7 months, and we weren't aware. He's been pulled over, I think, for a traffic citation that he was let go. He's a truck driver. He drives all over the country. He just had a baby. His father-in-law passed away, I think, a month ago. So he's been dealing with a lot from that sense. We're trying to get this resolved. So, Your Honor, he's not a flight risk. He wants nothing to do with this man. People get into fights, unfortunately. I'm not stating that it happened or it didn't. At this point, it's just allegations. But again, these are just allegations. I would ask for a personal bond. He has retained counsel, Your Honor, and we will be in court to handle this.
Counsel, did he turn himself in?
No, Your Honor. We weren't aware that he got pulled over, and that's how he got into custody.
Okay. And the CCW, was
Yes.
that before or after this case?
That was after the case, Your Honor. He was transporting the gun illegally.
Okay. Court's heard the representations in this particular matter. There is nothing to indicate that the defendant had contact with the complainant at any time. Nothing to indicate that there's any habeas history, other than he's got the CCW from defense counsel, but nothing other than assaultive behavior. So we're going to give this gentleman a one-time opportunity of $50,000 personal bond. We're not going to put him on tether. However, sir, the ball is in your court. If you violate the bond conditions, if you don't go to court when you are supposed to, next time you're going to be looking at a monetary bond. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Again, bond is $50,000 personal bond.
Yes, Your Honor, the only thing I would like to ask is he continues to drive. He's a semi-truck driver, as indicated, so he will be crossing state lines, and make sure that's okay with the court. And Your Honor, even with his pending Macomb case, he's been working, and the court knows that.
So I'm going to allow him to go outside of Michigan for work purposes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Counsel Douglas, did you want to put anything on the record?
No, Your Honor. I don't have anything additional.
Michigan for work purposes. Another page.
Oh, I mean, all she goes is brother down. Yeah, you can.
Sir, you can step aside.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. DDC, stand by for a moment. For purposes.
What you say?
See, I got that. All right. Now, look at this. Mr. King, come on and step forward. Your attorney is here.
Attorney, may I approach?
Yes, but we're gonna be dealing with Mr. King first.
That's fine.
Okay.
I just wanted the court to have the,
Paperwork?
yes.
Okay, come on down. All right, Mr. King, please say your full name. Okay, all right. That's for another matter. Okay, all right. Mr. King, not only do you have a misdemeanor matter, but you also have criminal matter. Counsel, please, are you representing Mr. King on the misdemeanor matter?
That's correct.
Okay, all right, so case number is P 1539286. No insurance misdemeanor, financial plea of not guilty. Court date is, counsel, please say your name and P number.
James Murray, PA 5490.
Thank you. I only have one. Why do I have this? Insurance misdemeanor. All right, hold on. Looks like somebody mixed up some files. Put them together. Mr. King, please say your full name. Mr. King, okay. Let's start with these misdemeanor matters. First, your attorney, let's start them. It's P 1539286, P 1555371, and P 1608216. Counsel Wakefield Marine, can you on the misdemeanor matters, traffic matters?
That's
Financial
correct,
plea
Your
of
Honor.
not guilty. Thank you. Court date is January 7, 2025, pre-trial in front of Judge Kennedy. January 7, 2025, pre-trial in front of Judge Kennedy. That takes care of your misdemeanor matters. Let's go with criminal matter, Mr. King. Case number is 240608210, sir. Please say your full name again. You have your attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Murray, PA 5490 on behalf of Mr. King.
Enter plea. Let's see. All right. Mr. King. James Murray. Need to write down, Council Murray, what is your P number again, please?
85490.
8549. 85490. James Murray. Got that done. All right. Gonna enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are December 11, 2024, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, December 18, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Robbins. Mr. King, while this case is pending, you are not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so, all right, Council Vincent, CCW, non-assaultive. Metropolitan Ties, go ahead, Esteban, please.
Thanks, Magistrate. Steve Vincent, P 71917. Here, we're going to be recommending personal.
Thank you. With that being said, counsel, he's gonna get a $5,000 personal bond if you have no objections.
No objections.
Mr. King, you're gonna get a $5,000 personal bond. Nobody has to pay any money if you were in jail to get out of jail. So all you have to do is just wait for your paperwork. You understand that? So please obey the bond conditions. Thank you for walking in, and go to court when you have to, okay? Okay, so do me a favor, take a seat, wait for your paperwork.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, counsel. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. EDC. Let's continue.
Okay, state your name. Full name.
Tristan Adam Rhodes.
Okay. Council Roberts,
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, your co-counsel, Counsel Shine, gave me paperwork on Mr. Reed. That's good, but it doesn't say whether it's personal bond or not. So,
Attorney Scheib should have brought you a follow-up email from Judge Jefferson, which references
I did
personal.
get that. There it is. I see it. All right, so let's do, and we'll get back at the end of the docket. We'll do Mr. Reed.
Thank
All
you.
right, the gentleman at DDC, what's your name, sir?
Tristan Allen Rhodes.
Mr. Rhodes, I'm Magistrate Chad Faster. You're here on criminal matter. All right, let's see. Case number is 240607561. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Deborah Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. Rhodes. He's been advised of his rights. We'll stay on mute. We ask the court under plea of not guilty on his behalf.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty. Find these documents. Court dates are December 11th, 2024, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, December 18th, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Sabri. Now, Mr. Rhodes, first of all, you are not to possess any firearms, other dangerous weapons like thermos, drinkware, baseball bats, pepper sprays, tasers. You understand that? Bond condition.
Yes, ma'am.
Other bond conditions are you're not to go to Lenore residence, and you're not to have any contact with the Ashley Rhodes. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. Understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Who's here for the people?
Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748. Your Honor, on Mr. Rhodes, the people are asking for remand pursuant to 6.106B1A2A. Your Honor, Mr. Rhodes is currently on probation for an assault of felony, and it's that case being case number 20-000405. -01-FH at Third Circuit Court with the same complaining witness. That conviction that he is on probation for is for assault with intent to cause great bodily harm less than murder, Your Honor. So we're dealing with the same complaining witness here, another highly assaultive case where this complaining witness had to go to the hospital to get treatment, Your Honor. So given that there is a history of abuse here, that it's the same complaining witness, we do have concerns for the safety of this individual. We would point out that the register of actions on his pending probation case indicates that Mr. Rhodes has had multiple show cause hearings, and that on November 13th, 2024, there was an violation of probation warrant issued in the court ordered remand in the Third Circuit case. The register of actions did not show that he had been arraigned on that yet, which would explain why he's at DDC, I guess, instead of the jail. But the register of actions indicates that the judge ordered remand in that case on November 13th. Here, I'm asking for remand because of the severity of the injuries and the beating, Your Honor. The complaining witness indicates that as a result of this attack, she had to have lip reconstruction performed, that she has a bulging spinal discs, and that she suffered a ruptured breast implant, Your Honor. She also stated that the reason she delayed reporting, she did not report this right away, and that's why we see that lag here. Actually, she reported it, I believe, sometime in November. She stated that she felt that she had been let down by the criminal justice system in the past regarding Mr. Rhodes, and she had concerns about whether it would protect her in this instance. She also said that she lacks a personal support system. So, but she ended up, out of fear, going ahead and reporting that this happened to her, Your Honor. And so we do, based on there being that history there, that he's on probation for violent felony with the same complaining witness, we're asking for remand in this matter. The file indicates that the complaining witness said that Mr. Rhodes was only ordered to have no assaultive contact with her. He wasn't ordered to have no contact with her, Your Honor. And so I don't know that him just being around her would be a violation of any order, but he was supposed to have no assaultive contact. And here we have the allegation that he severely beat this woman. So, Your Honor, we're asking for remand pursuant to MCR 6.106 B1A 2A.
Got a question for you.
Yes, Your Honor.
The one that he's on probation,
Yes, Your Honor.
okay? Is that from 2020?
That I think is
Oh,
from 2019, but he was convicted in
2019.
2020 and he's still on probation because he's had multiple
Okay.
show cause hearings and it looks like his probation got extended. He was supposed to be doing domestic violence counseling and he was not doing that. And so that looks like that was one of the show cause hearings, that he was not going to the domestic violence program like he was supposed to.
Okay, and part of that bond, part of the probation violation, part of the probation case, part of his probation was no assault of contact, correct?
I don't know all the conditions for the probation case. The complaint witness said that she had a PPO that only ordered no assault of contact. Why it wouldn't
Okay.
order no contact, I don't know. But she said that she had a PPO, but it only ordered no assault of contact. It didn't ban him from contact.
And is he on remand status right now on that case?
On the GBH case?
The probation case, the probation case.
Yes, Your Honor. The register of actions indicates that the court ordered remand November 13th of 2024, but it doesn't look like he got arraigned on that yet.
Okay. And this allegedly happened in June of 2024, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Correct, Your Honor.
And has there been any contact since June? I mean, was there a violation of probation because of this case or after the date of offense?
The most recent violation of probation warrant was issued November 13th, and I think it's right after she reported this incident.
Okay. All right. Counsel Roberts, go ahead, please.
Your Honor, I respectfully ask that you consider a personal bond or a nominal bond. Your Honor, it's my understanding that Mr. Rhodes is 42 years old. He indicates being a lifetime resident of the state of Michigan. It's my understanding that he is a father of 3. He's currently living with his mother. So if the court wants to put a no contact order in place, he already does not reside with the complaining witness. Your Honor, it's my understanding that he has completed some college and he is currently working, Your Honor. He's a sous chef. He works, I believe, 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., Tuesday through Thursday, and Saturday and Sunday. Obviously, Your Honor, I do acknowledge that the date of the complaint in this matter is November 12, 2024. I do believe that the court can and should take that into consideration when it relates, when the court's making a decision as it relates to bond. Obviously, these are assaultive allegations, but I would still ask that the court consider a personal bond or nominal bond with the no contact order, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court's heard the representations of both sides. Court is considering monetary bond using clear and convincing evidence standard. Court has the ability to do a remand or monetary bond. So my understanding, he is on probation, not to have any assaultive contact or contact with the complaint in this particular matter. This is from June 7, 2024. It was signed not until November 27, 2024. The court is concerned for the safety of the complainant, but also court is balancing that this is a number of months old. This case is, the complaint did not come forward, my understanding, until sometime in October or November of this year. So the court is not going to do a remand, but the court is going to do a monetary bond, $500,000 cash surety, GPS tether, house arrest, but we're also going to have, because this court does believe it's an unaffordable bond. Is that correct, counsel?
That is unaffordable, yes, Your Honor.
So, we're going to give him the opportunity to allow his attorney, whoever attorney a record is, to go in front of, on this Friday, December 6, 2024, 9 o'clock, in front of Judge McConaughey or Judge Williams to look at the bond amount and bond conditions. but this court does find it does have, we believe that he is a danger, and this court can do a remand as Council Douglas had requested. But taking that this is a few months old, there is some danger. Well, there's a lot of danger because there's two cases involving the same complainant. But we're gonna leave that for Judge McConaughey or Judge Williams to decide whether to change the bond or not. That concludes Mr. Rhodes' arraignment.
Thank you.
Sir, what's your name?
Williams.
Mr. Williams, this magistrate at Trinidad. Not only do you have a misdemeanor matter, you also have criminal matter. Misdemeanor matter, we're gonna recall the warrant. We're gonna enter a plea of not guilty. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. The maximum penalty on each misdemeanor matter, sir, it's gonna be up to 93 days jail and or $500 fine. Enter plea of not guilty. Court, case number is U 687-05724. Engage in legal occupation with intent to engage. I believe intent to engage illegal occupation with intent to engage. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty. Court date is January 10, 2025, pre-trial in front of Judge King. Mr. Williams, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say, orally or writing, it can be used against you in a court of law. Right to an attorney, have that attorney present during questioning. If you're unable to afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, court expense. Understand those rights, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, criminal matter, case number is 24059-22201. Please say your full name, sir.
Jalen Amadi Williams.
Thank you. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Keandra Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams been advised of his rights will stand mute. We ask the court to enter plea of not guilty on his behalf, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty. Court dates are December 12, 2024, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, December 18, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Jefferson. Mr. Williams, while this case is pending, you are not to go back to that location, 35 East Grand River, City of Detroit, which is the Queen's Bar. You understand that bond condition, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel Vincent, go ahead, Esteban. This is from February 2022, 2 years ago, more than that.
Correct. Thank you, Steve Vincent for the people, P71917. At this time, we'll be recommending personal.
Thank
No
you.
objection, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Williams, you're gonna get a $25,000 personal bond. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Please don't violate. Go to court when you have to. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can step aside, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Patrick Ross Jr.
I'm sorry, say your name again.
Stephen Patrick Ross Jr.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. I'm Magistrate Chad Fair. You're here on a criminal matter, case number 230-455-3301, sir. You have an attorney.
I'm sorry, on this, which case we calling right now?
Mr. Ross.
Thank you. Andrew Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. Ross, been advised of his rights will stand mute. Ask the court to enter plea of not guilty on his behalf.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Court date is December 17, 2024. Pre-trial in front of Judge Bryant. All right, Mr. Ross, bond conditions. You're not to have contact with the complainant, Denise Cook. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. You're also not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. I'm sorry, say that again?
No contact with who?
Denise Cook.
All
That is
right,
supposedly who, all right, so that is supposedly the person that you assaulted. So no contact with a Denise Cook. And this is alleged, I'll give you a little bit further information. November 1st, 2023, allegedly at the Lawrence residence. So do you
Alright.
understand those bond conditions?
yes.
I will also indicate that on September 25th, 2024, warrant was issued for Mr. Ross. Bond was set at $1,000, 10%. This is the second capias. Council Vincent, go ahead, Esteban, recommendation.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Benson, P 71917. It is the second capias. It is the fourth failure to appear,
Of course.
but there were two capiases that were issued. Judge Bryant allowed this defendant to fail to appear, giving him, I believe it's under the ACLU agreement, the opportunity then to reschedule where he failed to appear again earlier this year. I have a March 18th of 24 failure to appear, and then a subsequent failure to appear May 3rd, and then the capias was issued, only to be arraigned in June for this defendant to fail to appear September 17th. And then a capias was issued on that final failure to appear, which you just mentioned, September 25th. So 4 failures to appear, 2 capiases, just based on the voluminous amount of failures to appear, Judge. We're just going to ask you to continue this.
Council Roberts, go ahead, please.
Your Honor, Mr. Ross is not able to post any money for bond at this time. It is my understanding that he does take medication of which he's not currently receiving while being at the Detroit Detention Center. Your Honor, he's not working. It's my understanding that he stays at a group home and is a lifetime resident of the state of Michigan. Your Honor, my client says that he missed court because he believes he was either in the hospital or in jail. He says that he was in the hospital for 51 days. He does have some mental health issues. He's telling us that he hasn't been home for 3 months between being in the hospital and jail. He tells us that he came to the Detroit Detention Center from the Wayne County Jail, where he says he was in custody for 27 days for a case in Inkster that he says was dismissed or that was dropped. So at this time, Your Honor, I would respectfully ask that you consider possibly giving him a personal bond in this case.
Well, the court does have the authority to modify Judge Bryant's misdemeanor capias bonds. We're going to leave it as is, but he'll have another court date this Friday, December 6th, 2024, 36th District Court, for Judge McConaughey or Judge Williams will look at the bond amount and bond conditions.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Ross, that concludes your arraignment this Friday. You got another court date if you cannot meet the $100. Do you understand that?
All right, yes. Can I do it all, am I getting released or no?
No, sir. No, unless somebody posts $100. DDC, can you mark Mr. Ross's file medical? DDC, can you mark Mr. Ross's file medical? DDC, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
So can you mark Mr. Ross's file medical?
Yes, Your Honor.
I appreciate it. Thank you. The gentleman at DDC, what's your name?
Nikita Terrence Wright.
Thank you. Hold on. Ms. Claudia?
No, you're good. I was looking for traffic. I'm okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Wright, this is Magistrate Echarte here, criminal matter, case number 240-455-4101, sir. You do have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Gabrielle Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. Wright. Your Honor, he's been advised of his rights will stay on mute. Ask the court to enter plea of not guilty on his behalf.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty. Court date is December 13, 2024. It is a pretrial in front of Judge Jones. Mr. Wright, some bond conditions. One, you're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. Two, you are not to have contact with the Jasmine Gore. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. You're not to go back to the Winston residence. Do you understand those bond conditions, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that being said, this is from July 2024. Counsel Ragland, give me your recommendation, please.
Yeah, I believe there's a $5,000 cash surety bond on this from 9/25/24. But the people are not gonna have any objection to reducing that to a $25,000 personal bond. I see only one failure to appear for court, and hopefully it'll get the matter resolved.
No objection, Your
So
Honor.
this $25,000, I saw it. Court does have authority from Judge Jones to modify her misdemeanor capious bond. Recommendation is $25,000, no objection. So, Mr. Wright, $25,000 personal bond. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck. You can step aside, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Maurice Marvin Ragland.
Mr. Ragland, this magistrate at there, sir. You're here on a criminal matter. Let's see what we have. Case number is 220-4417-603. You are defendant 3 in this case. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Gabrielle Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. Ragland, has been advised of his rights, will stay on mute. Ask the court to enter plea of not guilty on his behalf.
I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty. Court date is, and here we go, let's see who it says. Okay, court date is December 17, 2024. It is a pretrial in front of Judge Bryant. Bond conditions. One, let's see if they wrote anything. They didn't. Sir, you are not to have contact with a Tyree Johnson. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. You are not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. You understand those bond conditions, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm writing this information on your paperwork, sir. I see that this is from February 2022. If there's anything else. If there is anything, there's nothing but a capious. Okay, Counsel Vincent, go ahead, Esteban, please.
Thanks, Magistrate Stevenson, P 71917. Just to fill you in on this, the lien was entered a couple of days after the incident. The defendant 1 is this defendant's brother's wife, or at least at the time it was his wife. She was charged with an A and B. She's actually subsequently arraigned, went through the judicial process, ended up pleading, went through probation, complied. Now we have the defendant allegedly being charged with this interference with the crime report. I think it has to do with messing around with the victim's phone, not letting him use it to call the police. It's not assaultive, Judge. There is a reasonably high likelihood of conviction here, but with all of that being said, I think at the end of the day, it just deserves a personal bond.
Okay, $5,000 personal. Counsel Roberts is not going to object.
Thank
So
you.
nobody has to pay any, thank you, ma'am. Sir, nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Again, bond is $5,000 personal bond. Sir, you can step aside. Good luck on your case. What's your name, sir? What's your name again?
Stafford Alexander.
Alexander Stanford?
Stafford Alexander, yes.
Stanford Alexander. Thank you, Mr. Stanford. Sir, I'm magistrate at Chad Faster. Is Alexander the last name or Stanford the last name?
Alexander, the last name.
All right, thank you. Mr. Alexander, I apologize for mispronouncing your name. Sir, not only do you have a criminal matter, but you also have some misdemeanor matters. And these are matters that you did not show up for court. So the court is going to recall the warrants. Maximum penalty on each misdemeanor matter, it's up to 93 days jail and or $500 fine. You're going to get a personal bond. That means nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Court is going to enter a plea of not guilty. Please go to court on these misdemeanor matters, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Take care of them. Don't ignore them. You have a lot. To sign a lot of documents for these matters. Okay, let me tell you what they are. Under plea of not guilty. First ticket is P 852304, driving unregistered untitled vehicle, failed to display valid driver's license, not in person. Next case is 288659, driver license not valid, uninsured motor vehicle, unregistered motor vehicle, only count one, driver license not valid. Next ticket is P 1256335, driving unregistered untitled vehicle. Next one is P 1256439, driver license suspended. Next one is P 1318270, driving unregistered untitled vehicle, no insurance misdemeanor. Next one is P 1318297, driver license suspended, repeat offender. Next one is P 1615810, no insurance misdemeanor, driver license suspended. And the last one, it is U 243-35715, unreasonable noise. Not guilty. Court date is January 8, 2025. Pretrial, courtroom 533-130. Sir, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say, orally or writing, it can be used against you in a court of law. Right to an attorney, have that attorney present during questioning. If you're unable to afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, court expense. Understand those rights, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now criminal matter, case number is 190-5539002. You are defendant two in this case. Please say your name again.
Stafford Alexander.
Mr. Alexander, you have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Amber Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. Alexander. Your Honor, he's been advised of his rights. Will stand mute. We ask the court to enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf.
You have an entry plea of not guilty. Court dates are December 11, 2024. Probable cause conference followed by a preliminary examination, December 17, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Alexander, bond conditions. You're not to possess, use, purchase, sell any illegal controlled substances. You're not to possess, purchase, sell any firearms or any other dangerous weapons, as well as any ammunition of any kind. Do you understand all that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Counsel Ragnan, recommendation, 2018 case.
Yeah, people are asking for a $25,000 personal bond as a result of the 2018 case.
I heard a $25,000 personal bond. I'm not sure I
Correct.
heard anything else.
Nope, nothing else.
No objection,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Okay. All right, sir, you're gonna get a $25,000 personal bond. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Good luck. You can step aside, sir.
Thank you, yeah.
All right. Let's see. And I believe that's it. DDC?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, I believe we have one matter left. This is, Counsel Roberts, this is on Mr. Reed.
Yes, Your
Case
Honor.
number is 2006224, 701, People versus Devon Reed. Counsel,
Yeah, but
Any for the
Roberts
record?
hearing on behalf of Mr. Reed. I have objection to his presence being waived at this point, Your Honor. I believe we did provide the court with a copy of an order from the Honorable Judge Jefferson, which at first we weren't clear if that was personal bond, but we did provide the court with a follow-up email of which it appears Judge Jefferson is indicating personal.
Okay, so for Mr. Reed, bond is changing to, and this court does have documentation along with the email that it is $10,000 personal bond with a GPS tether, no curfew. All right, and who was on this case?
I don't believe the city appears on these felony KPSs.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I was thinking about it was a misdemeanor. All right, I got it. Thank you.
All right.
All right, so, DDC, do you have that information?
Yes, Your Honor. 10,000
Okay.
personal bond with GPS tether.
That is correct, no curfew. All right. Thank you. That finishes Reed case. We're gonna go on to the female side.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Young lady at DDC, what's your name, ma'am? I'm sorry.
Shatoya Michelle Johnson.
Thank you. Ms. Johnson, I'm Magistrate at Chuck there. You're here on a criminal matter, case number 2406074-101, ma'am. You do have an attorney.
Amber Roberts appearing on behalf of Ms. Johnson. She's been advised of her rights will stay on mute. We ask the court to enter a plea of not guilty on her behalf, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty. Court dates are December 11, 2024, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, December 17, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Giles. Let's see. This is from May 2024. Counsel Ragnan, your recommendation, please.
Well, I'm gonna ask for $25,000 personal bond, Your Honor. It's very a disturbing case for this defendant. She wouldn't give up her boyfriend who was in the house. She lied to the police allegedly, harboring a fugitive. She works for the 8th precinct commander as a secretary. And she kept telling him I worked for the police, but she kept telling him that he wasn't there. So I think it's a bad situation. Thank you.
No objection to
And you
personal.
did you did recommend personal bond, is that correct, Counsel Ragnan?
That's correct, Your Honor. No prior.
Okay, and I know Counsel Roberts said no objection. So
Right.
it's gonna be a $25,000 personal bond for adopting that recommendation. Ms. Johnson, nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, that concludes your arraignment, ma'am. You can step aside. Ms. Claudia, this is on Reed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Counsel Ragnan, you said something else?
I just said thank you.
Oh, no problem. Ma'am, what's your name?
Antoinette Frazier.
Ms. Frazier, this is Magistrate at Chuck there, ma'am. Not only do you have a criminal matter, but you also have some misdemeanor matters. These are misdemeanor matters where you did not show up to court. The court is going to recall the warrants. You're going to get a personal bond. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. The maximum penalty on each matter is up to 93 days jail and or $500 fine for an entry plea of not guilty. First case is 2273323, drama license suspended. Next one is P 1010234, improper place, driving under a untitled vehicle, no insurance misdemeanor. Next one is P 1010235, drama license suspended. Next one is P 1059718, failed to display valid operator's license not on person. Last one is P SP 7092861, failed to display valid operator's license not on person. Court is going to enter a plea of not guilty. Court date is January 6, 2025. pre-trial in front of Judge Williams. Ms. Frazier, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say, orally or writing, it can be used against you in a court of law. You also right to an attorney. Have that attorney present during questioning. If you're unable to afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you at expense. Do you understand the rights that I just gave you, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, so let me finish the paperwork on these traffic matters. In a moment, which is about a minute, I believe. We'll finish signing this, and then we're gonna go to your criminal matter. Claudia, I'm trying. Yeah, you say that now. All right, so anyways, that's that. Can we sign that? Okay, criminal matter, case number 22044150001. Ms. Frazier, please say your full name again.
Antoinette Frazier.
Okay, you have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Angela Roberts appearing on behalf of Ms. Frazier. Your Honor, she's been advised her rights will stand mute as the court enter a plea of not guilty on her behalf.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty. Court date is December 17th, 2024, pre-trial in front of Judge Bryant. Ms. Frazier, bond conditions. One, you're not possessing firearms, any other dangerous weapons. Also, you're not to have contact with complaint Randall Lynn Perry. That means, that means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. Understand those bond conditions? Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Hold on. All of a sudden, I got the hiccups. Bond conditions, no contact with Perry, and no firearms or other dangerous weapons, right? You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, this is from date of incident, May 2021. I don't see a capias. Councilor Douglas, go ahead as to bond.
Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748. Your Honor, Ms. Frazier, the people wouldn't object to a $15,000 personal bond. The court's already addressed no contact.
1-5.
Yes, Your Honor.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Frazier, you're getting a personal bond. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Just go to court when you have to. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, that concludes the arraignment of Ms. Frazier. EDC, I believe that's it.
Thank you.
See you this afternoon, DDC.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
DDC. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
everybody.
Madam Clerk.
Bye.
Bye. Everybody else.